Enrico, a smart, handsome man who has a beautiful wife and two lovely children, recently started a software company. Although Enrico started the company without any experience in running a business, he was one of the top developers at a multinational software company for 10 years and is confident he will run his company successfully. Fortunately, the company received its first contract from a large Chinese software company not soon after it opened its doors. CMMI 1. Enrico carefully read the contract, spoke with the customers on the phone, and asked in detail about the specific needs of his customer. After some thought, he had a preliminary idea of the project. He felt that if everything went well, the product would be ready for an on-time delivery to the customer. Unfortunately, things did not go as smoothly as hoped. First, he found that he forgot to add an important function into the product. To correct this error, many codes had to be rewritten. The negligence caused the project to be delayed by 2 weeks. When Enrico rushed to complete the product and ship it to the customer, a lot of problems were discovered. Because of the insufficient amount of communication with the customer, many parts of the design were inconsistent with the requirements of the user. As a result of this, Enrico had to make some changes to the product. After another month of improvement, the product finally succeeds in reaching the customer's requirements. Enrico is very upset. He decides to read an operations management book and learns that companies suffer due to a lack of organizational management experience. Many details in the process are not being taken into account, and his company has stopped at CMMI Level 1.
Okay.
CMMI 2. After careful consideration, Enrico has made some improvements to the company's management system. To ensure his company meets customers' needs during the course of a project, any needs should be recorded. If there are some technical difficulties that the company temporarily cannot handle, outsourcing should be considered. For those projects that have tight deadlines, the company needs to plan ahead. Even with planning, a regular cleanup to monitor the project is also required. A lot of codes can be reused, so the code would also need to be managed. To ensure the quality of a product, another person is needed to supervise the entire project. Luckily, the Chinese company has engaged Enrico's services for a second project and has found that the company's performance has steadily improved. We can say that the company has reached CMMI Level 2. CMMI 3. This feeling of goodwill did not last long. Soon after the second project was completed, his customer realizes that there are some practical issues with the application. The reason is because the practical application environment is more complex than the product development environment. Some parts of the design, which are required to incorporate practical needs, have not yet been considered in the product. The testing stage is not completed either. No testing specialist, besides the developer, has tested the product. Enrico has realized that to solve the above problem, the workflow of the entire project needs to be improved. After understanding the needs of a user, a demand analysis should be carried out. Analysis should attempt to answer questions such as, which are the functional requirements? Which are the non-functional requirements? How to divide the module? What are the interfaces with different modules? The next step, after the development requirements, is product design. All of the functional and non-functional requirements from the product user should be considered jointly to form a design specification and then encoded. This will ensure the code is reasonable and fully meets customers' demand. Before coding, the order of different modules and the integration of groups needs to be considered. The order of determining the module's development should be according to the priority level. There must be a specialist for testing and verification. Finally, after testing and before the product is formally launched, inspection and test runs should be implemented. In addition to the above work process improvements, Enrico also improved the following aspects of his company. Established a department devoted to analyzing root causes of problems, identifying weaknesses, and developing an appropriate plan for deficiencies. Established rules guiding the software development cycle while developing the appropriate documentation module. The company also developed a few different roles in software development and clearly set out the responsibilities of relevant roles to ensure team development. To reduce risks at all levels, Risk analysts have been designated to provide a summary of risk associated with a project. To avoid mistakes on major decisions, the establishment of a panel of experts is aimed at providing analysis to assist project decision-making and reduce risks. The company also provides specialized training for its employees in product development, design, testing, and other aspects. After the above improvements, the company has become mature and stable. This leads to more and more orders, and Enrico smiles from ear to ear. CMMI 4. After reaching CMMI 3, Enrico thinks the company has entered a steady state. There is nothing in need of improvement. However, at the end of the year, the company's financial statements show small profit despite a large amount of completed contracts. Why is that? Because the company did not conduct a data analysis for its past projects, there is no way to forecast what effects the actual cost of future projects and potential risks may have on the final profit. Having discovered this issue, Enrico held a meeting to make the following reforms. Establish a management platform for a unified internal process. All projects and product development must be managed through the process management platform. According to the data accumulation of the platform, the company developed a unified measure of quantitative targets and corresponding activities. The company's quantitative targets for each project helps define their own quantitative targets. This allows them to conduct a regular deviation analysis and analyze the causes of deviations and develop appropriate improvement measures. After a period of time, the platform has accumulated a large amount of data. The actual cost of each project, the project process, and the risks and problems that have occurred are all clearly displayed. This historical data provides confidence to sales staff on project offer price. The deviation rate of project development plan is getting smaller and smaller. The ability to predict and control a project is getting stronger. The company has entered into a CMMI Level 4 stage. CMMI 5. Enrico's company is now moving towards being a world-class software company, but he does not stop here. In his spare time, he looks up some information about CMMI 5. What is CMMI 5 then? CMMI 5 has two domains, which are called Innovation and Development and Causes and Solutions. The main purpose of the two domains is to select gradual innovation and improvement activities on the basis of measurement so as to achieve many corporate development targets. Defect analysis, to find out the root cause of any problems, is also required to take active measures to prevent similar problems from happening again. Enrico is very happy about his own company. Under the guidance of CMMI, it has come incredibly far. He is also confident that the maturing of the company has the ability to face any future challenges.